All right, should we go ahead and fucking cook it up?
Yeah, let's do it.
There we go. That's the attitude we're looking for. All right, open your eyes and step in some slush. It's March, and we're less than 24 hours away from the madness.
Mm-hmm. One shining moment.
Oh, they're going to blast that one for sure.
Do. We were just watching videos downstairs of One Shining Moment, and they're always the same every year. One Shining Moment is like wedding films. They just like copy and paste whatever highlights they had from the year previous and put it onto.
It's probably the exact same like timeline, and they just give it to the intern.
Right.
Like, all right, just mimic this, but just do it with last year's highlights.
Yeah. It's like we need somebody crying. We need
we need a buzzer beater. We need a slow-mo shot of a bunch of guys hugging.
Mm-hmm.
We need the coach celebrating.
Lots of confetti. We need Jim Nantz sound bites.
100%. And like very generic Jim Nantz sound bites that can be used at any point.
Here's the big one. The Final Four.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's going in. We're
Absolutely.
Keep that in.
Oh, God damn it. It's fun, though. I'm your host, Matt, a.k.a. the guy who made Sister Jean reconsider, and I'm joined by my co-host, Jared, a.k.a. Every Kiss Begins with Coach K.
Yeah. Okay.
Something like that.
All right. Very basketball themed. I like it.
Oh, well, this is kind of I would say this is probably the March Madness special.
Yeah.
Goose Egg Sports March Madness special.
We hooping today for sure.
We hooping. Absolutely. 100%. Have you filled out your brackets yet?
A little bit, yeah. I filled out the business one we have.
We have an insider one. I also, for anyone who wants to join, I made a little Goose Egg group for anyone who wants to just like get in on the fun. It's just called Goose Egg Sports. When you like join the ESPN Tournament Challenge group, no password or anything like that. Just see how well you do. Are you a one bracket guy or are you a multiple brackets guy?
I'll do a couple. Yeah, I'll do one like around the business, and then like I'll do like submit mine to like ESPN to win like whatever quintillion dollars if you get it right.
They don't have any like they usually have like fun celebrity groups like join Stephen A's group and stuff, and they don't have any this year. The best one is like join Greeny's group.
I like how you say fun groups and you say Stephen A.
Well, I don't know. They have like they usually have celebrity groups like join Big Sean's group or something like that. But this year they have none. Like they're only
join Mason Ramsey's bracket.
The only one this year is like join Greeny's group.
Join Ken Bone's bracket.
Join the balloon kid from a few years ago's bracket. He filled it up while he was in the hot air balloon, allegedly.
Yeah. Follow him. Come to ESPN. Fill out a bracket.
Join the cranberry juice. The guy who's drinking cranberry juice and is skateboarding to the one song.
The TikTok. Yeah. His bracket.
Join his bracket.
Yeah. So those would be a funner group than
those would be
Greeny for sure. Yeah,
Greeny seems so hungover every time I watch him. I don't know why, but I always think he's hungover. I think it's because he slouches. Like when he does, he's like this. He's like built like this when he does the show.
And his eyes are kind of a little like
very sunken in.
Just like I'm so tired.
He looks exhausted every single time. He always looks hungover.
Well, he works so early in the mornings for like the last 20 years.
He's got they have I was at the gym this morning too, and they have Max Kellerman on the graveyard shift.
Oh, really?
They have him on. I think it's Jalen and Jacoby and Kellerman. So they obviously just like placed him somewhere. They didn't give him his own show or anything. They straight up just threw him in with like Jalen and Jacoby were just doing something. When they're like, all right, hey, this is Max. He's gonna be with you guys from now on.
His name's Max.
And
be nice to him.
And he's on at 5 a.m., which means he's probably up at 3.
Yeah, he's got to go to bed at 5 p.m.
Yeah, I do not wish that on anyone.
Poor Max.
The ESPN graveyard shift is brutal because you're just the only people watching are people at a gym watching on mute. Right. Nobody's listening to what you're saying.
Or like
they're just reading captions that are 30 seconds behind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're talking about LeBron, and it's like only graveyard shift watch people on the graveyard shift at ESPN.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's the only people watching are the people who are going to do the 8 a.m. Sports Center while they're getting ready to do them.
And insomniacs.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
People who are on Adderall.
Yeah, that's pretty much all that
who have not gone to bed since the West Coast NBA games.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I need my Max.
I need my Max ASAP. So join the Goose Egg Sports bracket group if you guys want to get in on the fun. I've made like 10 brackets already. I don't know why I do this because I always do it because I'm always like just gunning for that $1 billion from Warren Buffett.
Oh, your dream, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But then like when I like, well, this is the first time I've ever prepped for a podcast after doing it, but I'm just like, I don't even know what I believe. I don't know what matchups I'm like thinking are like legit or not.
You got a lot of coin flipping.
Pretty much. But because of that, I figured we might as well just get right into it.
Get right into it.
You got your bracket pulled up. I'm gonna go when I'm like looking at my bracket. I'm gonna go based off of like my main one, which is like my work one. I think that's the one.
That's what I'm doing too.
I believe the most in. So we won't go through all like the crazy stuff. We'll do upset watch in a little bit here, but What does your Sweet 16 look like?
My Sweet 16 looks like, should I just say them, all of them?
What is the West?
The West is Gonzaga, Arkansas, Alabama, Duke.
Okay, I've got Gonzaga, Yukon, Texas Tech, and Davidson.
Davidson?
I do.
So you don't have Duke in the Sweet 16?
I don't. I wanted to get to this later, but let's just do it now. Do you think the Coach K story has a good ending? I think they get beat pretty early.
I think they make it at least Elite 8. Very, very minimum Elite 8.
Yeah. I haven't watched too much of them this year, but I think they get beat by Davidson in the round of 32.
And what do you know about Davidson?
Steph Curry went there.
That's the logic, but the thing is, like, I use that same kind of logic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when I'm like deciding.
The things I use to decide, I have one trick, and I go through it for every single matchup, especially the beginning with the things. I close my eyes. I literally close my eyes, and I picture Ian Eagle's voice specifically, and I think of him saying, like, for example, if it's round 1, like Yukon versus New Mexico State, I just think, New Mexico State has done the impossible. I just think of him saying the team name, because whenever like a big upset happens, they just will yell out the team name, and I always just picture Ian Eagle's voice for some reason. And it sounds legit, like Vermont or like Norfolk State, like somehow.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and that pretty much decides if I think an upset is like legit or not. Is if I can imagine him saying it.
I do that too.
Yeah.
Especially when come playoff time, I do that.
Yep. All right. What about the East?
I got Baylor, St. Mary's, Purdue, and San Francisco.
I have Baylor, UCLA, Purdue, and San Francisco.
So we're on the San Francisco bandwagon.
I don't know why. I don't think I've ever seen them in the tournament before.
I didn't know that San Francisco had a team, but I think they're going to make a big run to the Sweet 16.
I love their logo. Looking at it now.
Yeah,
SFU.
That's a great logo.
Also, you want to hear a hilarious moment from me today? I prepped this whole thing in the podcast. I'm like, there's like 2 teams in here that like they don't even have a logo from ESPN. Like it just has like ESPN logo. It's RUTG/ND. Where even is that? And then I realized I like had a whole thing prepped. We were gonna talk about that, and then I realized that's a play-in game.
Oh, Matthew,
like an idiot.
You gotta get that tightened up.
I know. I gotta figure that one out.
Jeez, you're not a basketball fan like I am.
Clearly not. So what is it about San Francisco you like? I just like that I've never seen them in the tournament before.
Yeah, I don't know.
Plus, they have a decent matchup first. They have San Francisco versus, where are they at? As you can tell, scrolling live on air, Murray State. Then I have them beating Kentucky too.
Yeah, screw Murray State. There's no way.
Yeah,
San Francisco is going to make a huge run. They're going to be the Loyola.
Mm-hmm.
That 1 year Loyola made it far. I actually hadn't picked very far to go there. I didn't have them go to the Final Four, but I go to the Elite 8.
They've done it a few times now, haven't they?
That was that first year they did.
2 times in the last 5 years, I think they've.
Something like that.
Yeah, because Sister Jean keeps coming up in the news.
Mm-hmm. But that first big run, I had them going far, and I won most of my brackets because that was worth a lot of points.
Yeah.
So that's the only real year that I actually won it.
Yep. All right. Going to the South, I've got Arizona, Houston, Tennessee, and Loyola.
I have straight chalk: Arizona, Illinois, Tennessee, Villanova.
Okay,
that's straight chalk.
That is. I had a lot of chalk this time too. I didn't love any of the upset opportunities, especially in this first bracket. The first bracket is like the one I try and be a little analytical with.
But like when I fill out my first bracket, I'm like, yeah, they're gonna win. And then like you get to like the next like region.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I gotta pick more upsets, and then like your next one gets like way too crazy.
Yeah, because then like when you're like doing the South, you have like the 14 versus the 13 or something like that. Because I do the same thing. Like
so I feel like most people start on the top left and then work their way to the bottom right corner.
Yep.
And then I'm just like, well, I need more upsets. I mean, this is ridiculous.
So yeah, just the Midwest is always just gonna have a crazy amount of upsets.
Yeah,
that's always how I do it too. I always just freak out. I'm like, no, there's no way it's gonna be this much chalk all the way through.
I don't have enough.
Speaking of the Midwest, I got Kansas, Providence, LSU, Auburn.
I got Kansas, Iowa, Wisconsin, USC.
All right, going into the Elite 8, I've got Gonzaga beating Texas Tech. I have Purdue beating Baylor. I have Arizona beating Tennessee, and Auburn beating Providence.
I have the same thing with Arizona, Tennessee. Same exact.
Arizona beating Tennessee.
Yep. And then I have Duke beating Arkansas.
Okay.
And then I have Purdue beating Baylor.
Okay.
And then I have Iowa beating USC.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I have USC going far. So does Colin Cowherd. He hasn't winning it all. Fun fact.
But Colin Cowherd loves USC.
He's the biggest USC homer ever.
He's the biggest Sam Darnold.
Yep.
Stan.
He said he's going to start a USC podcast this fall. All right, my final four is Gonzaga, Purdue, Arizona, Auburn. I have Gonzaga and Arizona winning, so I have 2 1 seeds in the finals.
Wow. Well, they said the last 9 tournaments there's been a 1 seed.
Yep, I got that push notification too. They get a little greedy with the push notifications with ESPN. I turn them on every year. I turn them on for some reason because I just think like, oh, they'll give me something good. But then they do like 10 a day during the tournament. Then I turn them off usually by the Friday.
Right. It's like, see what LeBron did in pregame. It's like, I don't care what he did.
Yeah, exactly. What does this have to do with my bracket? It has nothing to do with it.
There's no news.
I do like when they'll push like there's like 3% of brackets remaining are perfect or whatever. Stuff like that. I enjoy those, but then they'll like throughout the middle of the week, like when it's Tuesday, they'll throw in something like, "Hey, you want to do another bracket?"
Yeah.
Like, no, the fun is over. Yeah.
Yeah. My final four is Duke, Purdue, Arizona, Iowa, and I have Duke and Arizona.
I got Gonzaga and Arizona, and I have Arizona winning it all.
So, I got Arizona.
Let's go.
Yeah, Duke. Coach K is going to lose the national championship.
I think people would riot.
I think people would be fine with it.
I guess.
Who would just Duke would riot?
Yeah, Duke fans. But what are they going to do in the streets? Just call their dad about it?
Call their banker.
They would call the NCAA and probably sue them.
Sue them. Yeah, there's big old asterisks on the Final Four.
Absolutely. So we both we're both high on Arizona.
Yeah, I'm very high on Arizona.
I watched them play the other night. I like their offense. I think they're I don't know if they're a cool story necessarily, but I don't think
they're very high powered.
They're very They
can do fast breaks. They're just very athletic. They can shoot the 3 ball really well.
Yeah.
And I just think they have everything it takes.
They're good at passing it. When I watched on Saturday, they really move the ball really well, I thought.
And like once they're clicking, they're very good.
Yeah, I'm going to leave the high-tech basketball knowledge to you on this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we both like Arizona. In your other bracket, does that look kind of similar? Do you stick with like the same teams usually making the Final Four? That's usually how mine ends up too.
Yeah, I'll pick probably a few more upsets. I'll probably throw like a 12 seed going into the Final Four, get a little wild.
I don't think I ever have anything more than a 5 seed in the Final Four.
Yeah. You're like, there's no way.
Yeah, exactly. I had a friend in high school who legitimately would not pick a single upset. He would pick straight up the Final Four would be the number 1 teams. There would not be a single upset, not even a 9 versus a 10. And he'd be like, it's like stats, like the selection committee is never wrong. I think he did it as a bit, but it was still really funny.
Yeah, never got too far with that.
No, absolutely. So that's that. I wanted to go through some like upsets, like who you think is on upset watch for like realistic upsets.
Yeah.
So the first one, I think, New Mexico State versus Yukon. Again, this is all just off the Iron Eagle factor. And it's a realistic one.
And isn't it the first like top section that you fill out?
Exactly. I think that was the first time I got a little daring.
Yeah.
I was looking at it. I think it's a 5 versus 12, that's usually everyone's like go-to.
That is prime upset territory with 5. It just the way it looks is like.
Yeah, that was the third game. So I did Gonzaga beating Georgia State. I'm like, that's not going to be an upset. Memphis beating Boise State, it's like a 9 versus 8. I'm like, all right, I need an upset. Yukon versus New Mexico State.
Yeah, you just got to keep a cool head. Don't think you have enough upsets or whatever. And just follow your heart and your
Absolutely.
Head, but mostly your gut.
Another one I liked was Montana State versus Texas Tech.
Yeah.
That might be my most daring one in here. A 14 beating a 3.
Yeah. Texas Tech's pretty good.
They are really good. But like one of like the really good teams that like could win it all is going to fall this first week. I would not be shocked if Duke loses first round.
That would be very funny.
I'd be stunned. I would not be shocked. You know, is there a difference?
I would be stunned. Stunned is like temporary.
Yes.
But then
shocked is like it holds with you.
Yeah, it's like the next day, like I still fucking can't believe it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's like a jump scare.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I would gasp. I would audibly gasp, but I would not like my hands would not touch my head or anything like that.
Right. Shocked would be like Virginia losing that 1 year. It's a 16 seed.
One team I really like is UAB versus Houston, mainly because they have a dragon as the logo.
That is sick.
There's a sick dragon.
Also, Houston's really good, so I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, if it was all chalk, then this wouldn't be a bracket, would it?
Yeah.
The one I picked in every single bracket I've done is Chattanooga beating Illinois.
Oh, I don't see again. Illinois, they got Coburn. He's a really good center.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He's pretty dominant down the paint. He'll probably be a top 10 NBA pick.
But this is March.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of madness, but I think this will be pretty. I don't know. What's the opposite of madness?
tame.
Yeah,
March tame. What if that is what happens? Like, just there's not a single upset. How pissed would CBS be, or just all the TV people? Just there's no upsets whatsoever.
Everybody wins by like 10.
My buddy from high school would be fucking stoked. His bracket would be perfect.
He gets interviewed by the news. It's like a 1 in 9 quintillion chance.
I think it's 9.2 quintillion.
Quintillion. So like he'd be famous. You wouldn't be famous. So that'd be like extra salt on the wound.
Absolutely. Every single year, I think I've talked about this on the podcast before. I take Ohio State to go far just because I did one time as a kid. But I want everyone to know I have Ohio State losing in the first round every single bracket I've made against Loyola. Maybe there's 1 or 2 where they haven't, but I'm out on Ohio State. I'm leaving that tradition in the past. I'm breaking that habit. I'm turning a new page.
Turning a new Buckeye.
Turning my Buckeye the other way.
Yeah.
There's some sort of eye.
Keeping one Buckeye open. No.
Buckeye for a Buckeye.
Ooh.
Makes the whole world go blind. I don't know.
Ooh, I like that.
Makes the whole world go buck blind.
So you think you're gonna win it all now that you're not picking Ohio State to go far?
Oh, they are probably. Yeah, they're absolutely gonna go all the way, and I will just immediately go fuck myself. And then the last one I really like. This is actually the craziest upside I have: Jacksonville State versus Auburn. I think somewhere in here there's a 2 versus 15. I don't think we're going to see a 16 beating a 1 again. That happened, I think, last year for the first time ever.
2-3 years ago.
Yeah, for the first time ever. I don't think we'll see that again this year, but I do think we'll see a 2 versus a 15 at some point. And I like Jacksonville State versus Auburn rather than like Delaware versus Villanova or St. Peter's versus Kentucky.
Auburn has been a little shaky lately, but Bruce Pearl usually is ready to coach for March Madness. So.
Well, I just sure hope so. This is the tournament. He better be ready to coach.
Right. So he usually goes far, like all the way to the Elite Eight. So I don't think that'll be the upset.
Okay.
I hate to rustle your jimmies.
No, you can rustle them all you want. Is there any upsets that I missed that you're maybe keeping an eye on?
I think Baylor. I don't think they get upset for the first round, but
you don't think they're in the Elite Eight?
Maybe. I don't know. I think Baylor might get upset because they don't have their best player with them.
That would be an easy one to just look out for.
I think they'll make the Sweet 16, but I don't think they'll make the Elite Eight because Purdue matches up really well against Baylor.
Okay. Don't hate that. I see. That's my thing too. Is whenever I do the upsets in the first round, but then by the round of 32, I always just think, all right, upsets are over. Like just stay with a chalk from there, which is another bad habit of mine.
Yeah.
Because I know there's multiple upsets like every weekend.
Oh yeah. You gotta. Just pick all upsets, maybe.
I will say one thing I've noticed has changed about my strategy throughout the years is I'm a lot higher on SEC basketball teams than I was 2-3 years ago. Mm-hmm. SEC is like coming on its own for basketball, especially like Alabama.
Alabama's good. Yeah. Auburn's good.
Like whenever I would see those teams, I automatically think like, oh, see, this is like where my great sports knowledge comes into play because everyone else is thinking, oh, Alabama's good at football. They must be good at basketball. And I would always be like, no, probably not.
You're like, no, definitely not.
Yeah, and I would lose. But now I've come around. The SEC's good at basketball.
Yeah, they're just a powerhouse with football, and
yeah, they're just great at football. But now they're also, I'd say, great at basketball.
Mm-hmm. And then you got Calipari with Kentucky. They're a great team too. So
yeah, they're not great in the tournament though. He's only won it once.
Yeah,
and that was with Anthony Davis.
No,
wasn't it?
They went like undefeated with Anthony Davis.
Well, then maybe they got upset.
And they lost to the Badgers in the Final Four.
That's right, Frank the Tank.
Yes,
Frank the Tank Kaminsky.
Yep, and then Duke won it that year.
Yeah, I remember. The only thing I remember from that year is how shocking Anthony Davis's physical appearance was, like his unibrow.
The unibrow was very. It was jarring.
That was like back when everyone would talk about the same thing on Twitter.
Yeah.
And that would just, everyone would talk about like, oh my God, that's so like bizarre. Like, why doesn't he shave it? And now you look at him and you don't even think about it.
Yeah. It's part of his identity.
It's his brand. And his teeth were so bad in college. Do you remember his teeth, like his bottom teeth?
A little bit. Yeah.
Google image that real quick if you can. Cause I just remember being shook by that. Cause I remember I had like a fire tweet that like I got like 6 likes or whatever back in the day, 6 favorites back. It was back then. And I was like, everyone talks about Anthony Davis's eyebrow, but no one talks about his bottom teeth.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they're so bad.
Oh, good thing you got it fixed.
Oh, absolutely. He actually, I would say he's a decent looking guy now that he's got like money and is like grown into himself a little bit.
Yeah, his teeth.
Like the unibrow is not that noticeable anymore. I mean, it's still the exact same unibrow, but
you don't really see it anymore.
And I also just think as a human culture, because we've had Twitter for, I think it was my 11-year Twitter anniversary yesterday.
Oh, congratulations.
It shouldn't be a congratulations. You should put me down. But I think just because we've seen so much on the internet, that something like that just wouldn't like stand out anymore. We've just seen so much and been desensitized to so much these days.
We were numb. We were like veterans.
We're broken.
Yeah, we've been through the internet wars.
Yeah, a unibrow right now would get on someone's Instagram story. It wouldn't even get on a Twitter.
Yeah, with like maybe 12 likes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just the swipe up like laughing face emojis.
Yeah. It's like, oh, nothing special here.
Yeah. Do you have any other like bracketology strategy that you mess with at all?
Not really, because I just know I'm gonna lose.
Yeah,
that's my thing.
I never take it too seriously.
I always do it, but I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking win.
I have some friends who take it like pretty seriously. Like they'll spend like a good hour filling out their bracket.
That's such a waste of time.
Like you are quite literally wasting your time. I mean, maybe you can like use it to like win your pool and win like the $40 or whatever.
Yeah.
But personally, I think my time is worth more than $40.
I think it's better the less you know, the better you'll do. Filling out these brackets.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because like logic kind of goes out the window, and that sort of helps you.
There's like a it's kind of like a reverse bell curve, I think is the right word. Like not like knowledge versus like how well you do. It kind of like goes up and like middle is like really high and then down. Like the super experts usually do pretty bad.
It's very similar to like fantasy football.
Absolutely.
People that don't really watch fantasy football, they get kind of lucky and then they win the whole league. And the guy that's been spending months studying it takes like 8th place in his league.
Yeah.
It's very similar to that. So
yeah,
it's
you
like,
just start to overthink things.
And like logic is too much at some points. And sports is very unpredictable.
It is.
Yeah.
I think, damn, that might be why we like it so much.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Absolutely. The last thing for March Madness before we do a little NFL, I did put together one parlay. I was going to try and do like every first round game that I could, and it wouldn't let me. Apparently 12 teams is the max you can do. So I tried to do a 12-team one, but the one I did, it said it exceeded the like payout because I would have won like $2 million. So I stuck with something simple. I wanted to pick my 4 favorite upsets and call it my Cinderella parlay.
Ooh,
it's kind of cute,
I like
right?
that.
Kind of cute. Yeah, just the 4 upsets I think are like legitimately most likely to happen. So I've got Montana State versus Texas Tech.
Okay.
I've got San Francisco, obviously, the boys. I wonder what their mascot is.
Oh, can we guess?
Yeah, let's guess right now. I would guess the San Francisco Cardigans.
So I'm gonna say like a Wildcat.
Yeah,
like
some sort of Western thing. That my real guess is not the Cardigans. I will say the Rebels. Like something gold. I'm gonna say something gold mine related. So I'm gonna say the Miners.
Yeah.
The Dons?
What? Hold on.
The Don, like a thief?
Don Francisco.
The mayor? That's so lame. I mean, the guy is kind of cool by the looks
It almost
of
looks like Zorro.
He does.
Okay, wow, that was lame.
I would have never guessed that in a million years. At least it's unique.
Yeah, but unique doesn't mean good. Or does it?
We were just shitting on the Big East for not being unique. Just last episode.
Yeah, but they have cool logos.
I suppose.
The
San Francisco Dons. Yeah, I'm a big Don guy. You got to be careful where you say that around. But
definitely not San Francisco.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got Montana State. I got the San Francisco Dons. I got Chattanooga. And I got Richmond. The Spiders. Only reason I have that is because Lil Dicky went to Richmond.
Oh, yeah.
So in total, plus 37,909.
Wow.
Very excited about it. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to post it on the Goose Egg page. So if anyone wants to, actually also send in your Cinderella parlays. Do a parlay of your 4 most likely, they all have to be upsets.
Yep.
Your 4 like most likely upsets. I want to see if anyone can actually like pull this off. Cause I think if you can pick like 4 legitimate upsets, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even seem that like non-feasible. Obviously, like parlays are always a little risky, but
you got to really thread the needle. But it's doable for sure.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah. Do you have one you would put together like off the top of your head?
Oh, let me check.
I keep forcing you to put the app back up.
I know. I just keep forgetting who I picked.
I know, Sam. I'm so numb to it already. I'll even forget. Like,
I mean, doing 8 and 9 seeds is pretty. I don't know.
Yeah, you could always do that, but you just wouldn't get as good odds because I think the money lines and stuff are pretty even.
I'll do Virginia Tech over Texas.
Okay.
I will do. I have straight chalk on that one. Loyola over Ohio State. Why not?
I liked that one a lot. I almost put that one in there.
And then Iowa State over LSU. And then Fuck it, Colgate over Wisconsin.
I was looking at Colgate too. I don't know why. I think maybe just the gopher in me, but I was like, I could see Colgate beating Wisconsin.
Yeah, I just like seeing Wisconsin lose.
I do too. What is that? They like.
Well, you're a Gopher fan, that's why.
I suppose, but they kind of like do everything the right way. I feel like a lot of sports fans like to see Wisconsin lose.
What do you mean do everything the right way?
I don't know. They just like play the game the right way. Maybe I sound like a dad here a little bit.
I think so.
But like even in football, like they run the ball, they run like a balanced offense.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes win the Big Ten.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah.
It is. They know what they got some solid programs going on there, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, Ohio State, they don't do it the right way.
No, they win, but they don't do it. It's because they sell cars or something. They do. There's something with cars back in the day. I don't quite remember.
Yeah.
But
they do it the right way.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So that's March Madness. Send us your Cinderella parlays and enjoy. Tomorrow is the best day of sports, I'd like to say.
It's up there.
You're going to miss the beginning of it because you got work to do.
I got stuff to do.
Sucks for you.
But I'll be fine. I got the app on my phone.
Yeah, and there's we have like 63 other games of basketball to watch. So you only miss like the first slate. You'll probably miss like the first half of the first slate.
Right, and that always happens to me. Like I can never work around it, but it's fine because my Friday is usually wide open.
Whoa, is Jared?
I know.
That's rough.
I know.
I always just think back to like my spring breaks because 3 out of my 4 spring breaks in college, I would just sit at home in Sioux Falls by myself because none of my Minnesota friends didn't really want to like do anything for spring break. And then my South Dakota friends, they had spring break the week before and my parents would be teaching at school. So I would always just sit on the couch by myself and watch these games, maybe like go get Burger King or something like that. It actually was not bad. So that's always my fond memories from it.
Yeah, when 11 o'clock strikes, you just get excitement. Like, we got so much basketball ahead of us.
100%. And then just watch Ohio State lose right away in the first round, and my whole bracket is ruined.
Do you have a strategy when you're like on the couch watching? Do you have multiple TVs? Do you have your phone open for one game? And
I do computer. I usually only do 2 games at once. Otherwise, it's too much for me. So I will do 2 games, and also like TBS and TNT will do a good job of switching to games as they're like coming to
and they always have this like the grayed out scores on top of like what you're missing.
Exactly. So if I see another game, I'll switch to that. But I usually just do one on the computer, one on the TV, and then just switch to whatever game is the closest.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I have no loyalty to a game. I'm like, if a game is turning into a blowout, I have no loyalty. I will switch right away.
I wonder if they should do like a red zone type thing for this.
I'm shocked they haven't. Maybe
they maybe are. We just don't know about it.
Maybe there's just too many networks that like want a piece of the pie. And they don't want like another one to come in and get all the games or whatever because they probably all have exclusive rights to it.
Yeah, CBS would.
Yeah, CBS would have a fit. So would TBS and TNT because they only get this in the NBA.
And CBS wouldn't really want to do that because they want them people switching from all the networks.
Yeah, they want someone to watch the commercials.
Yeah.
I don't know how the NFL is able to pull it off.
Well, it's paid,
I suppose.
And there's some ads in there.
Yeah, that is true. So I'm surprised they don't do it though. I'm sure someone's working on it.
Yeah, maybe.
The suits in Washington.
It really doesn't matter.
It doesn't, but that's kind of like our whole thing on this podcast.
That's true.
About the things that don't matter.
That's true.
Jared, my palms are itching. I'm ready to make some money this weekend.
Are your arms weak?
Is that a Eminem? Are you trying to go into an Eminem lyric?
I don't know.
I don't think that's how it went.
Damn it.
But I'm ready to make some money this weekend. I'm going to basically have a part-time job with the amount of money I'm going to be winning from DraftKings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fully expecting to come into Monday a richer man than I am today.
Buy a fur coat.
Nice little chain, Joe Burrow turtleneck look.
Oh, that'd be sick.
I think it would be really cool. I think people would appreciate that.
It's going to happen.
And it's going to happen. So be ready for it, people. DraftKings has any bet you could want to make this weekend, whether it's with the tournament. You could also bet something like UFC is happening. You could bet the NBA. You could do daily fantasy if you're in a state where there's not sports gambling permitted.
Throw LeBron in there.
Throw LeBron in any parlay you want, just not the Lakers. See if you can find some sort of individual
some props
thing. Yeah, here's a prop bet to look for. How many times will LeBron say he's a kid from Akron on Instagram this weekend?
That's a great one.
Over under 1.5.
It's a great one.
So be on the lookout for that, and just any bet you want to make. DraftKings is super easy. You can get your money just in and out like that. You can place any bet you want, and it's honestly just the way to go. If you're watching these games, if you're watching Loyola play Ohio State and you have no like reason to cheer for them, especially once your bracket is busted, throwing a little money on it, that's the best way to like have some fun with any of the games going on. I know I'll probably bet on pretty much every game I'm watching. So
Sam.
Yeah.
Of course I will.
So just get in and out of the action. Have some fun this weekend responsibly. Must be 21 years or older. New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit and $1 wager required. One per customer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. So that's enough for the basketball talk. I want to talk a little bit of football just because free agency is a bubbling. Is there? Yeah, a little bit. Kirk Cousins is officially a Viking for one more year.
One more fucking year.
I'll just give you the floor. What
I think I've said it before, but I'm fine with giving him one more year. No.
But only this one.
This is it.
There's no more excuses.
He should be posting like a Michael Jordan photo.
Yeah,
like
the last dance.
That's what he should be posting.
Unless he does has like a Pro Bowl level year, but the Vikings just missed the playoffs, then bring him back, obviously.
Yeah.
Because then there was you could point to there's 3 or 4 plays that would have changed the entire season.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like I said, I'm gonna be saying this again next year, and he'll probably get hurt first week of the year. Well, you didn't know he could probably.
All right, 40 more million guaranteed.
Yeah. He's making a lot of money. I don't know what he's going to spend his money on. He doesn't look like the money spent.
He doesn't dress or nice or anything. I'm sure he just has the nicest house on Lake Minnetonka, probably.
His savings account must look great.
Oh my God. It all just hits right away. I wonder how that works. If it's guaranteed, does it hit all in one sum, or I wonder if he gets paydays?
I think it's a yearly guarantee.
Yeah.
For how many years?
So he can go out and have the worst game of his life and have the exact same deposit hit as the best game of his life.
That's so sick. God.
Yeah. Good day to be Kirk Cousins.
Plus Pizza Ranch.
Oh yeah, Pizza Ranch money. Tempur-Pedic, I believe.
Sleep number.
My bad.
Right.
Sorry, Kirk.
That's about.
I'm sure he's got one more.
Pizza Ranch is.
He's probably got church or something.
Oh yeah, he does something like that.
So good day for Kirk Cousins. Great day for Vikings fans. Better day for Aaron Rodgers, I'd say.
Yeah.
Overall,
a lot of Viking fans are pissed about this Kirk Cousins thing.
Yeah, but I don't know what they were expecting.
I don't know. I think one more year is fine with O'Connell. See what O'Connell could do.
I might as well, if you have the offensive coach, might as well see what that does. See if it really was Zimmer that was the problem.
Yeah.
And then if not, fire O'Connell, bring Zimmer back, get rid of Kirk. That's all you got to do. It's really simple.
Bring Zimmer back.
Hey, so
I'm fine with Zimmer, but I don't want to see him back.
Hey, so we fucked up. He doesn't have a job anywhere else, does he?
No, he's just on his ranch in Kentucky.
Just throwing knives at Kirk Cousins dartboards, probably.
Yeah.
Missing because he has one bad eye.
Or it's he's got those clay pigeons and Kirk's faces on it.
Oh yeah, he's blasting them.
Oh yeah. Good for him. I hope he enjoys retirement.
Yeah, so good for him. Khalil Mack is out of the division as well.
Yeah.
The Chargers are going all in. I love it. They got him. They got J.C. Jackson. They're doing the whole, we have the quarterback on a rookie contract. Let's go for it.
Yeah, and their defense
mentality.
Their defense is not great last year. So this is great upgrades.
100%.
Especially with J.C. Jackson.
Yeah, that'll be a huge. The Patriots have got to switch their mentality, I think. I think their whole let good players walk and just refuse to pay them. I think that worked when your quarterback is taking a veteran discount or whatever, building the culture. But in the NFL today, I think that's a huge anomaly. I think you got to pay players because otherwise they're going to notice I could ball out and be the best player on this team and I'm still probably not going to get paid what I deserve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When have they ever backed the Brinks truck up for anyone? I don't think they ever have.
Maybe Gronk back then.
Yeah, I think they might.
They may but that was a tiny bit because they wanted to trade Gronk to the Lions
immediately. Yeah.
So there's no real.
And I think they just did that right after the Hernandez thing. So all right, well, he's a good guy too. He's not killing people.
Right. Yeah.
He's good on the field and off the field. We kind of gotta.
The bar's kind of low.
Yeah,
he's a good guy.
I think we gotta set an example here a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They gotta change it around a little bit. It's weird that they don't want to keep anybody, but because they're the big getting rid of people during their prime because they think
1 year too soon rather than 1 year too late.
Exactly, because they think we got the best out of them. They're just probably not going to perform to that level again.
Yeah, I
too
agree.
big for their britches.
So I think the Chargers have made some good moves. I think the Dolphins have made some decent moves.
Yeah, they're kind of all over the place. They got a
little bit. So it'll be interesting. And then the big news right now, obviously, the Deshaun Watson decision is expected as soon as tonight, they think. So by the time you're listening to this podcast, maybe there's a decision made. But tonight or tomorrow morning, it's between the Falcons, Browns, Saints, Panthers. They all have trade offers that the Texans have accepted. It's just a matter of which one Deshaun wants to waive his trade clause to.
Oh, so they've accepted all three offers.
In order to meet with Deshaun, they had to have an offer on the table that the Texans would accept.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it's basically free agency for Deshaun at this point. And there's tons of drama around the league. Obviously, Baker came out with the thing. Baker, from the sounds of it, is pretty much gone, regardless of where Deshaun goes.
You see, like he's like, there's no hidden messages.
Yeah, exactly. No, nothing cryptic at all. Colin Cowherd, shout out. He said it was the smartest thing Baker Mayfield's ever done. Was posting that message because now either like if he comes back to Cleveland, he'll get the loudest cheer of his life on opening day. Or another team's gonna see it like, damn, Baker's grown up. Like we want him.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like the Colts or I don't even know who else would need a quarterback.
Colts
at this
would be
point.
a good fit for Baker.
You think?
That's a good fit. I just thought of that.
I was thinking that too a little bit. I think they would rather go after like a Matt Ryan.
No, I think Baker would be a better option.
Just because he's younger?
You get a few more years out of Baker. He's kind of in a similar system as he was in Cleveland.
A little bit.
With the running game.
Running game, really great offensive line, just no receivers.
No receivers, but I mean, Odell didn't really do a whole lot, and Jarvis was pretty mediocre.
Yeah.
I mean, it was okay, I guess.
It would work, and yeah, I guess you just bet he maybe has the chip on his shoulder, and I guess you kind of roll with doing another 1 year thing.
And then Frank Reich, he brings the best out of quarterbacks.
That's true.
So I think that'd be a great fit there too.
And just literally copy what Stefanski did last year, I would say.
Yeah, and very similar offenses.
Yeah, it would be a good fit. I don't know if the Browns are trading to the AFC though.
That's true.
But maybe they just want to get rid of him. Apparently, their front office today said they want a grown-up at quarterback. Oh. Yeah, so there's I think Baker's gone regardless.
Wow.
But that's just a report. That's just a report, not known for sure. But
no, that's known for sure. I'm just gonna assume that's true.
Baker, yeah, we gotta start spreading some lies.
Yeah, we need drama.
Yeah, so Baker is likely on his way out. Who knows where he'll go? Indy would be a good fit. It's between Falcons, Panthers, Saints, Browns. I think the Falcons would be interesting. Apparently, he grew up as a Falcons ball boy. I didn't know that. He's from the area, I guess.
Yeah, and then Carolina's near Clemson.
Yeah, I think Carolina's the most likely. They feel like they've been in this whole race the entire time. The Saints have ammo, though.
Yeah.
They've got draft picks. They have all that. But also, you could say the Panthers could offer up McCaffrey, and that'd be a pretty big deal.
Fuck. This is going to be a blockbuster trade regardless.
It will be.
Holy.
Like, off-the-field stuff, like Deshaun he's a big upgrade for any of those teams.
Very good quarterback.
Yeah, I did want to talk about the off-the-field stuff a little bit because I've seen a lot of fans on Twitter, like, they don't want him on their team. And I think it like poses an interesting question. Should fans have more of a say in their team's operations? Because at the end of the day, these guys are paid to win football games and like get you to the playoffs so that you can sell more playoff tickets. They serve the owner. The owner wants just to sell as many tickets as possible, and you do that by winning games. But I think a lot of fans right now would be turned off if Deshaun Watson was on their team.
Right.
Especially women fans.
Yeah, it's just a bad luck. I don't know. I wouldn't want Watson on my team.
Yeah, because like I guess the Vikings were in this situation like a week ago.
That's so hard to defend. There was definitely shit going on with Watson.
Yeah, 22 women. That is not a coincidence. That's not like women just coming for a payday. And I was originally one of the people who thought like this is the Texans just like throwing him under the bus because he demanded a trade.
Yeah.
And also because before that, Deshaun Watson was a model citizen. He was golden child. Everyone loved him.
Yeah.
But 22 is way too many to ignore.
That's 22 too many. With that
yeah,
one.
100%.
It's not good. So I don't know. That's a good question. I think fans will have input regardless.
Yeah, I think there'll probably be like protests to like regardless of where he goes. There'll be like protests outside of the stadium. It's gonna be messy.
I'm not excited to see all that either.
No, it's gonna be a really dark mark on what otherwise would have been a year ago would have been a very exciting trade. Like I think everyone was excited when Deshaun wanted to go to a different team a year ago.
Right. And it's like, oh, it's Deshaun. But then like all this stuff comes out. It's like, oh boy, this is bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good. Yeah. I don't have a good answer for you on that.
It's weird. Yeah.
I think fan input comes out eventually. Because that reflects ticket sales of like, well, we're going to protest. They
do have a voice, just not a direct voice.
Right. It's kind of like pay with your wallet type of voice.
Exactly.
Which sometimes doesn't really work. But I think if fans pressure enough, it can work.
Especially because the thing is, he's going to go to a team and make them better. Any team who gets Deshaun Watson will win more games. Like those 4 teams will win more games with Deshaun Watson.
They will.
So eventually, like fans will come back, I think. They always do, but it's tricky.
This Watson thing's extra bad though.
Yeah,
because you've had allegations with like like a couple women or whatever. But this is 22. It's like, holy shit.
Absolutely. Yeah. Big deal. Like people have turned their cheek to like, one or two incidents before, but
which is ridiculous to begin with.
It is.
Yeah. I see 100%. What you're saying, yeah.
But this is like serial behavior.
Yes. This is very bad.
And also he's not going to play. He might not even play this season. Who knows like when he'll play actually for the team. Mm-hmm. Like he's still going to get suspended in some way, shape or form.
Right.
Just a matter of how long.
I have no.
I don't want to. I feel bad for ending this podcast on a dark note, but I think it's a very interesting, like never before like seen thing where there's a great quarterback out there who is in the middle of his prime, top 5 quarterback in the middle of his prime that's about to be added to teams, and probably more than half the fan base doesn't want him.
Right. Yeah. It's weird.
It is.
It's mixing oil with water. It doesn't really work. So. I'm glad he's not coming to the Vikings.
Yeah, you got Kirk, who's the opposite.
Yeah,
exact opposite. So. You got the Pizza Ranch Prince.
Pizza Ranch Prince. Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad he's not coming on the team.
At
least. I don't have to defend him.
Yeah, I feel bad for the fans. I hope the fans and the journalists of whatever team he goes to like stand up and hold that team accountable and like question them during the press conference. I think that's the only thing I can really say to like offer like words of positivity. Like question your team. And like be hard on the front office, like figure out why.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's weird. So on that uplifting note, we're gonna end this podcast. Enjoy March Madness tomorrow. Send us your Cinderella parlays and enter our bracket group. It's Goose Egg Sports, the Goose Egg Sports bracket group on ESPN Tournament Challenge, the app. Have fun and let's go San Francisco Dons.
Let's go Wildcats. Arizona.
Oh, that's right. See, it shows how much I know about the team I picked. I don't even know their logo.
Holy shit.
We're in for a rough month. All right, see you guys.
See you.